They say you can't reinvent the wheel. They say you're doomed to eat dry turkey sandwiches for a week after Thanksgiving. They say the holiday's culinary peak is just one day, followed by a long, slow slide into a Tupperware-filled abyss. You open that fridge door, and it's a graveyard of past glory, a cold, congealed monument to gluttony. The once jewel-like cranberry sauce now sits in a murky, stiff puddle. The proud golden turkey is reduced to sad, shredded fragments. The fluffy mashed potatoes? A dense, spackle-like slab. It's a tragedy, really. A story told in plastic containers and regret. I say, they're wrong. Honey, you are about to witness the greatest Thanksgiving leftover transformation in history. You see, this isn't just a collection of leftovers. Oh no. This is a palette of possibility. A symphony of ingredients just waiting for their second act. And I, your humble husband and culinary visionary, am the conductor. What are you looking at me like that for, Linda? That's your skeptical face. I know that face. It's the same one you made when I said I could fix the leaky faucet with duct tape and sheer willpower. Okay, maybe the plumber did have to be called, but the principle was sound. This is different. This is art. We are not going to be those people, Linda. The ones who just microwave a plate of sad, separated leftovers until it's hot in some spots and Antarctica in others. We will not surrender to the tyranny of the Turkey Club. We are going to create something new, something bold, something that our future generations will speak of in hushed, reverent tones. I call it the Thanksgiving leftover turkey stuffing surprise. The name's a work in progress, I'll admit, but the vision, crystal clear. Imagine a savory, layered masterpiece, a culinary Jenga tower of post-holiday delight. It will have the structural integrity of a Roman aqueduct and the flavor profile of a Michelin star fever dream. It's going to be magnificent. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to assemble my materials. Daisy, to the kitchen. Our destiny awaits. Don't worry, Linda. Just sit back, relax, and prepare to be utterly, unequivocally amazed. You'll be thanking me later, I promise. All right, first things first. Every great artist needs a canvas. Ours is this 9 by 13 glass baking dish, the Excalibur of casseroles. See this, Linda? This vessel will contain our triumph. Now, what's the foundation of any great society? A solid base. And the foundation of our Thanksgiving dinner? Exactly. Stuffing. But not just any stuffing. This is my legendary sausage, apple, and sage stuffing. People have wept eating this stuffing, Linda. Wept. We're not just going to plop it in there. Amateurs do that. We are going to transform it. My plan is to forge a savory, press-in crust, a buttress against the delicious chaos that will follow. I'll mix the stuffing with an egg and press it firmly into the bottom and up the sides. It will bake into a golden, herbaceous wall of pure genius, a container of dreams. It's not just a layer, it's an architectural statement. Next up, the heart of the dish. What's the biggest complaint about leftover mashed potatoes? They get gluey, right? Sad. Lifeless. We're going to defy that. I'm thinking of my mashed potato pancake disaster from a few years back. Remember that, honey? They were crispy. A little too crispy. You might even say inedibly crispy. But the concept was there. I've learned. This time, I'm whipping the cold potatoes with sour cream to bring back the creaminess, an egg yolk for richness, and then, here's the kicker, I'm folding in crispy fried onions. It'll be a layer of fluffy, tangy, crunchy potato ecstasy, a cloud of tuberous joy. Then comes the star of the show, the turkey. You see this mountain of leftover turkey, Linda? Others see a burden. I see potential. We'll shred it, lovingly. But we won't just throw it on top. That's barbaric. We need a binder, a savory sauce to permeate every morsel. This is where my secret weapon comes in. A bespoke gravy, revitalized for its second coming. I'll take the congealed gravy, thin it out with a splash of chicken broth, and enrich it with a secret blend of herbs. It will be a moisture delivery system of unparalleled efficiency. Remember that gourmet turkey sandwich I made? The one piled so high it just collapsed into a gravy-splattered mess? The lesson was not to build too high, but to ensure proper adhesion. This gravy is the glue. And now, for the pièce de résistance, the layer that will have everyone talking, the surprise in the name. What's Thanksgiving without cranberry sauce, but just spooning it on top? So predictable. Boring. I'm going to create a glaze, a tangy, sweet, and utterly shocking glaze. I'm drawing inspiration from my more experimental phase, like that time I accidentally made a cranberry peanut butter sandwich spread. It was ahead of its time. Even Daisy wouldn't touch it, but I think the concept was misunderstood. This time, it's intentional. I'll melt down the cranberry sauce and blend it with orange juice for brightness, a hint of Dijon for zing, and maybe a dash of soy sauce for that umami depth. It will be a flavor combination that challenges the palate and expands the mind. It's the wild card, the chaos element that elevates this from a casserole to a true culinary event. So to recap, a crispy stuffing crust, a fluffy, crunchy layer of potatoes, a rich gravy-infused stratum of turkey, all crowned with a mind-bending cranberry mustard soy glaze, baked to golden perfection. A symphony of textures and flavors, each bite a journey through Thanksgiving's past and future. It's foolproof. Absolutely 100% foolproof. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. Phase 1. The crust. The foundation of flavor. I need stuffing, an egg, and flour. Simple. Linda, where's the leftover stuffing? Not the main Tupperware, the other one. The one I labeled Henry's prized stuffing. Do not touch. Ah, here it is. Behind the wilted green beans, safe and sound. The smell is still incredible. Sage, thyme, sausage. It's perfect. Now, the binder. 1 large egg. Got it. And flour. Where's the all-purpose flour? Is this it? No, that's coconut flour. Why do we have coconut flour? Did you have a keto phase I don't know about? Okay, here we go. Standard all-purpose flour. Wait, this bag feels lumpy, and it smells sweet. This is powdered sugar. Catastrophe narrowly averted. Can you imagine a sweet stuffing crust? Actually, write that down, Linda. That might be genius for Christmas. Ah, found it. Tucked behind the oatmeal. Excellent. Now let's get a big bowl. We dump the stuffing in, break it up. It's a little dry, but that's what the egg is for. Crack the egg right in. Perfect. No shell. A good omen. Now for the flour. The recipe in my head says about 1/4 cup. Just enough to set it. I'll just pour it into the measuring cup and there goes the bag, right out of my hands. A plume of white dust explodes, coating the counter, the floor, and the dog. Daisy, you look like a ghost, a very happy, flour-dusted ghost. See, Linda? She's helping. This is a team effort. Okay, let me just scoop up what I can from the counter. 5-second rule. It's a cleanish counter. That looks like about 1/4 cup. Maybe a little more. Extra flour never hurt anyone, right? It'll just make the crust extra sturdy. A fortress of flavor. I'm a genius. Let's mix it all together. It feels stiff. Very, very stiff. This feels more like delicious herby concrete. Maybe it needed 2 eggs. No. Trust the process, Henry. It will be fine. All right, crust is handled. Now for the potatoes. Mashed potatoes, sour cream, fried onions. To the fridge. Here they are, a formidable brick of cold potatoes. And the sour cream. Perfect. But where are the fried onions? The crispy ones in the can. I know we had them for the green bean casserole. Did you use them all, Linda? You used them all. You monster. The crispy onions are the best part. Okay, don't panic. A good chef improvises. What else is crunchy? Cereal? Nuts? Risky. Croutons. We have leftover croutons from the salad. They're basically the same thing, right? Toasted bread, onions. It's all in the crunch family. These are garlic and cheese flavored, which is even better. It adds complexity. People will ask, Henry, what is that subtle, cheesy garlic note? And I'll just smile mysteriously. This is culinary evolution in action. Now for the turkey and the all-important gravy. The gravy is right here, a solid, quivering disc of brown jelly. Beautiful. And the turkey? Wait a second. Is this all of it? It looks a little small. Linda, did you make sandwiches already? I see. Well, there's still plenty. But hold on. While looking for the turkey, I found this in the freezer. Remember Easter? The duck? I almost grabbed the wrong bird. That would have been a hilarious mix-up, wouldn't it? A Thanksgiving Easter fusion dish. Another idea for the notebook. Okay, I have the right bird, the gravy, and now for the glaze ingredients. Cranberry sauce. Check. Dijon. Check. And the soy sauce. I could have sworn we had a bottle. Is this it? Liquid aminos. Is that the same? It's dark, it's salty, it smells close enough. This is what cooking is all about. Adaptation, innovation. Wait a minute. What's this next to it? Worcestershire sauce. That has a nice savory kick. And this? Fish sauce. The bottle says it adds a deep savory flavor. This is a savory dish. It makes perfect sense. A little of everything. A global fusion of flavor. And the final element. That peanut butter incident was a disaster because it was an accident. But what if a nutty, savory element is exactly what this cranberry glaze needs? Not peanut butter, that's too common. But look here. Tahini, sesame paste. It's sophisticated, unexpected. It'll add a creamy richness to balance the tang of the cranberry and the saltiness of everything else I'm putting in there. So, the new and improved glaze. Cranberry sauce, Dijon, liquid aminos, Worcestershire, a whisper of fish sauce, and a healthy dollop of tahini. Linda, this is no longer a surprise. This is an edible escape room. Every bite, a new clue. This is going to be unforgettable. I can feel it. The time has come. We have our ingredients, questionable as they may be. We have our vision, blurry as it may have become. Now we execute. Let's start with this, crust. I'm chiseling the stuffing mixture into the dish. It's like trying to spread cold clay. My hands are cramping. I'm putting my full body weight into it. Who needs a gym when you have leftover stuffing? I'm trying to press it up the sides, but it's just slumping. A sad, beige landslide. Maybe if I wet my hands? Okay, that's a bit better. Now I can pat it into place. Pat, pat, pat. It looks less like a crust and more like I've plastered the dish with lumpy stucco. But it's there. It's a very, very sturdy container. This crust probably has a higher PSI rating than my driveway. We'll call it rustic. Onto the potato layer. In go the cold potatoes. I'm breaking them up, resisting. Now for the sour cream. A big scoop. I'll start mixing. It's not really mixing. The sour cream is just sliding around the potato brick like a seal playing with a block of ice. I need more power. Where's the hand mixer? Okay, hand mixer acquired. Let's start on low. The beaters are just vibrating on the surface. Higher speed. And there we go. We have liftoff. Potatoes are flying everywhere. There's a glob on the cabinet. A smear on my shirt. Daisy is having the time of her life, snapping up bits of potato shrapnel. She is a loyal, if messy, sous chef. I'm doing this manually. I'm mashing, stirring, putting my entire being into it. Finally, it's vaguely creamy. Now for the crispy onions, aka the garlic cheese croutons. In they go. The whole bag. I'll just fold them in. The sound is interesting, like walking on gravel. I'm spreading this over the stuffing crust. It's a thick, lumpy, pale layer that looks like cottage cheese with rocks in it. But the aroma. You can really smell the garlic. Time for the turkey. I've shredded it. Now, to revitalize the gravy. I'm plopping the gravy disc into a saucepan. It sits there, defiant. Low heat. It's starting to melt, forming a little brown moat. I'll whisk. It's slowly, grudgingly, becoming a liquid. Still too thick, though. Like warm pudding. It needs thinning. Chicken broth. Right. Let me check the pantry. No chicken broth. Beef broth. Number. Vegetable broth. Yes. An open carton. But it smells earthy. Very earthy. Is that mushroom broth? Even better. Another layer of umami. I'm pouring it in. The color is changing from a friendly brown to a murky gray, and it's too thin now, like sad brown water. I need to thicken it. Cornstarch. Yes. A slurry? Too much work. I'll add the cornstarch directly to the pot. A heaping tablespoon, another for good measure. I'm whisking vigorously. It's not dissolving, it's clumping. I've created gravy dumplings. Little chewy balls of cornstarch are floating in my thin, gray sauce. Not ideal. Plan B. I'll pour the whole thing over the turkey. The clumps will be little bursts of flavor, right? I'm mixing it all together. It's very wet. The turkey is swimming. I'm going to drain some liquid off. Better. It's still soupy, but less of a drowning situation. I'm piling the turkey mixture onto the potato crouton layer. The sheer weight is causing the potato layer to bulge ominously. Some definite structural compromise is happening. I'll just pat it down gently, very gently. The final layer, the glaze. In the saucepan goes the cranberry sauce. It melts beautifully. Now for the art. A big squeeze of Dijon, a generous pour of the liquid aminos. The color darkens to a deep, ominous burgundy. A few shakes of Worcestershire. The aroma is getting pungent. A tiny splash of fish sauce. My eyes are watering. I think that was more than a splash. And now, the tahini. A big, sticky spoonful. It doesn't want to mix. It's seizing. The beautiful liquid is curdling around the lump of sesame paste. I'm whisking like a madman. The mixture is turning a horrifying brownish pink color. It looks like something you'd use to grout a bathroom. The texture is grainy. The smell is indescribable. Sweet, salty, fishy, tangy, nutty. It's an assault on the senses. It's perfect. I am pouring this creation over the top. It's not so much a glaze as a thick, gritty sludge. It's oozing down the sides, mingling with the gray turkey liquid, which is now seeping up through the compromised potato wall. The whole thing is making a gentle squelching sound. Daisy is in the corner, whining softly. She's either concerned or jealous. I'm going with jealous. Into the oven it goes. 375 for 45 minutes? Or until it's bubbly and golden brown, assuming it can turn golden brown. Linda, you might want to open a window. The aroma of genius can be a bit overwhelming. All right, it's in the oven. The eagle has landed, or the turkey has been reinterred. Now we wait. This is the hardest part. Look at this kitchen, Linda. A disaster zone. Flour on every surface. Potato on the ceiling. The sink is a mountain of sticky, smeared utensils. This is not a mess. This is the evidence of creation. Jackson Pollock's studio wasn't tidy, was it? This is my Sistine Chapel, and it requires a little collateral damage. I know what you're thinking. Henry, what have you done? You're silent, but your silence is very, very loud. Let me explain the method to my madness. The flour explosion, a necessary sacrifice to the culinary gods. The croutons, tactical crunch, a textural surprise to keep the consumer experience interesting. The gray, Lumpy gravy? Misunderstood. The mushroom broth added an earthiness regular broth could never achieve. The cornstarch lumps. They're like flavor pearls, an interactive eating experience. And the glaze. You're most worried about the glaze. You smelled it. I saw your nose wrinkle. You're thinking, fish sauce and cranberry sauce? Henry, have you lost your mind? But it's all about balance. Sweet, salty, sour, bitter, umami. I hit all 5 pillars of flavor. In one sauce, the tahini brings bitterness to temper the sweet cranberry. The fish sauce and liquid aminos bring the umami and salt. The mustard brings the sour tang. It's a complete flavor system, a gastronomic thesis statement. You see, anyone can follow a recipe. It takes a visionary to look at a fridge full of dying leftovers and see an opportunity. An opportunity to innovate, to create, to push the boundaries of what is considered edible. I can hear it bubbling. That's the symphony coming together. The crust is toasting. The potato layer is becoming a fluffy pillow. The turkey is absorbing that gray, lumpy gravy. And the glaze is caramelizing into the brownish pink crown this king of casseroles deserves. Daisy gets it. She's been sitting by the oven door for 10 minutes, staring. Her tail is giving a hopeful thump, thump, thump against the cabinet. She has faith. You should have more faith, Linda. The timer is about to go off. My heart is pounding. This is the moment of truth. Are you ready to witness the birth of a legend? Get a pot holder, Linda. A big one. This thing is going to be radiating pure success. The moment is here. The oven timer is buzzing. The air is thick with an aroma. It's a complex bouquet: toasted sage, garlic, cranberry, and a deep, mysterious, slightly fishy undertone. It's the smell of innovation. Okay, oven mitts on. My ceremonial gauntlets. I'm opening the oven door. A wave of heat and steam billows out, like a sauna in a seafood restaurant. I'm reaching in. I have it. It's heavy. The density is considerable. My arms are straining. This casserole has the specific gravity of a collapsed star. I'm placing it on the counter. There. It is done. Let us behold it. It is something. The top is bubbly. The glaze has transformed into a strange, mottled crust, ranging from angry red to concerning beige. It looks less golden brown and more bruised, like a topographic map of an alien planet, with craters where bubbles burst and fissures seeping a grayish liquid. You can sort of see the layers on the side. At the bottom, the stuffing crust has pulled away from the glass. It's very dark brown, almost black. I call that well caramelized. Above that, the potato layer has melted, merging with the turkey layer into a single, pale, lumpy mass. You can see the dark crouton shapes suspended within like fossils. The turkey layer is indistinguishable, but you know it's there because that's where the gray liquid is coming from. The entire structure is listing slightly to the left, like a building with severe foundational issues. But presentation is everything. A sprig of parsley will elevate it. No parsley. Of course not. Okay, what's green? A pickle? Number, I know. A dried bay leaf, right in the center. It looks distinguished, like a flag on a newly conquered territory. There, a masterpiece. Linda, what do you think? Words fail you, I see. Overcome with emotion. It's not beautiful in the conventional sense. It has character. It has gravity. It has a slight wobble. I'll be the first to try it. I need a sturdy spatula, a plate, a fork, and a glass of water. I am plunging the spatula in. The sound is remarkable. A wet squelch and a loud, grating crunch. That's the crust. The spatula is not going through. It is being actively resisted. I'm putting more pressure on it. The whole casserole shudders. I'm sawing through it with the edge of the spatula. It's like trying to cut a brick with a credit card. There, I've broken through. I am lifting out a slice, or a scoop. It collapses onto the plate in a steaming, multicolored, multi-textured heap. At the bottom are jagged, dark brown shards of crust. On top is a grayish-white sludge, studded with crouton fossils and shreds of turkey. Drizzled over it all is the curdled, pinkish-brown tahini cranberry fish sauce enigma. The bay leaf fell off. It looks exactly as I planned. A deconstructed Thanksgiving experience. Rustic, abstract, culinary expressionism. Linda, your face. You haven't blinked in 3 minutes. Are you okay? Daisy, on the other hand, is vibrating with excitement. Her tail wagging so hard her whole body is wiggling. She is a true gourmand. She appreciates my genius. At least someone in this house does. Now for the true test, the first bite. This is it. The fork is in my hand. The plate is before me. I need a bit of every layer. Crucial for the full experience. I'm aiming the fork. I spear a rock-hard shard of crust, scoop some gray goo, and get a smear of the pinkish topping. A precarious, horrifying-looking load. It's coming in for a landing. I close my eyes. This helps focus the palate. The bite is in my mouth. First, the texture. It's complex. There's the immediate, shocking, tooth-endangering hardness of the crust. It's geological. As my teeth struggle, my tongue is introduced to the slurry. It's surprisingly bland, yet overwhelmingly salty, with a mushy, grainy consistency punctuated by soggy yet sharp croutons. And then the glaze hits. A tidal wave of conflicting information. My brain is short-circuiting. Aggressive sweetness followed by acrid mustard. Then the heavy, salty hammer of liquid aminos. But lurking behind it all, a haunting flavor that has no business being there. The fish sauce. It's like a ghost of low tide. And woven through this nightmare is the chalky, bitter residue of the tahini. My mouth doesn't know what to do. My taste buds are sending panic signals to my brain. My jaw has stopped chewing. It's a full system crash. I swallow. A heavy, leaden lump makes its way south. A single tear rolls down my cheek. A tear of profound something. So? Linda finally speaks, her voice a cautious whisper. I clear my throat. I compose myself. I look her dead in the eye. It's interesting, I say. Bold. The crust is incredibly robust, and the glaze is challenging. It really makes you think. I take another small, tentative bite. Yes, still horrifying. Just then, Daisy discovers a piece of the casserole I'd flung onto the floor. She sniffs it, licks it, and then, with a gusto I haven't seen since Thanksgiving Day itself, she devours it. She looks up at me, eyes full of admiration, and licks her chops. Then she sprints to the baking dish, puts her paws on the counter, and begs for more. I look at the disaster on my plate. I look at my speechless wife. I look at my adoring dog. A slow smile spreads across my face. "You see, Linda?" I declare, gesturing with my fork towards Daisy. "A success. It's not a human dish. It was never for us. I have invented the world's most complicated, labor-intensive, and delicious gourmet dog food. I didn't fail. I just had the wrong target audience." Linda just shakes her head, a slow, defeated motion. She finally cracks a smile of pure, unadulterated disbelief. She walks to the cabinet, pulls out 2 bowls, and opens the fridge. "I'm having a turkey sandwich," she says, pulling out the bread. "Do you want one?" I look at my plate. I look at the horrifying casserole. I look at Daisy, still dancing by the stove. "Yes," I say, pushing my plate away. "Yes, I would love a turkey sandwich." So, maybe my Thanksgiving leftover turkey stuffing surprise wasn't a culinary triumph in the traditional sense, but it did make our dog very happy, and it gave my wife a story she'll be telling for years. I call that a win. What's the craziest thing you've ever done with your holiday leftovers? Let me know in the comments. I need to know I'm not alone. And if you enjoyed this descent into madness, hit that subscribe button for more questionable kitchen adventures. In the end, the kitchen was a mess. My magnum opus was a failure for human consumption, and we ate the one thing I swore we would avoid: turkey sandwiches. And you know what? They were delicious. Sometimes the simplest solution is the best one. But it's the chaotic journey and the willingness to fail spectacularly that makes the best stories. As I sit here watching Daisy happily munch on a cool chunk of my creation, I can't help but feel a sense of pride. I set out to create a Thanksgiving leftover surprise, and in the end, the only one pleasantly surprised was the dog. And maybe that was the point all along.